So in the XFL, unlike the AAF, there will be structure, there will be tiered salaries for different positions?
Correct, with quarterbacks on top. That's the natural order of things.
And what is, yeah, no question. That's how the animal kingdom works. How much will be the top tier of what XFL quarterbacks can make?
So our top tier will be guys making $250,000, $300,000. We can afford to pay a quarterback that amount of money based on our salary structures. And then as we go down, we get down to levels much like the AAF was.
The biggest problem, obviously, with the Alliance was not executing the games and the gameplay itself and having good players, because a bunch of players ended up already on NFL practice squads and rosters in the offseason, in rosters in the XFL. It was finances. And so how do you convince a new audience that you won't have the same financial issues that the Alliance did?
Well, I think there's really two things. One is time and one is money, and of course they're both interrelated. So ultimately, as you know, as everybody knows, Vince McMahon is the force behind the XFL, and Vince has made a very serious capital commitment, because you need money in any startup, right? And particularly in sports, particularly in football, which is so logistically complex and at the end of the day relatively expensive to launch. So Vince is committed for certainly more than 1 year, and he's got budgets that have been put together for multiple years of XFL football. And that's the reason I signed up. I think that's the reason many of our head coaches signed up, guys like Bob Stoops or Mark Trestman or Kevin Gilbride that we'll announce just shortly. So those guys are all good quality people. They love football, but they also want to make sure that it's a secure venture. And I think based on what I've seen of Vince over the last 7-8 months when I joined the company, it's all very serious, and he's ready to go. So that money has given us the time to plan. And I think those are two things that are indispensable to any sort of a startup. And I think at the end of the day, the AAF kind of lurched a little bit too quickly into the business side of things. And of course, as you pointed out, you need both the football and the business side to work.